The Kentucky Attorney General is suing the website Roblox for contributing to child exploitation.
America, we just uncovered the most disturbing child PDF network operating in plain sight on your children's devices. Kentucky Attorney General just sued Roblox, a platform with 380 million users, where nearly 2/3 of American children ages from 9 to 12 play daily, for knowingly allowing to become what he calls a hunting ground for child PDFs. But here's what should terrify every parent. The FBI has been tracking a sophisticated international PDF network called 764 that specifically targets children through these games like Roblox and Minecraft. And they've been doing it for over a year while your kids play these games thinking that they were safe.
Attorney General Russell Coleman says enough is enough, and that's why he's launched a lawsuit against Roblox, accusing the online giant of turning the game into a gateway for predators.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This isn't just about one gaming platform. This is a systematic failure to protect our children from sophisticated criminal networks that use technology to hunt, groom, and blank children while making billions of dollars in profit. Every parent in America needs to understand what's really happening on these platforms. Let me break down exactly why Kentucky's Attorney General Russell Coleman filed this lawsuit, because what he discovered should make every parent immediately check their child's devices. Coleman learned that his own 10-year-old child had created a Roblox account without his knowledge, something that happens millions of times because the platform allows children as young as 6 to create accounts without parental permission.
Young kids are able to create accounts quickly, easily, and without their parents' knowledge. Admittedly, something I learned in the last few days when I learned one of my own children created an account at 10 years old.
But here's what Coleman discovered that should terrify you. Once they're on the platform, there is very little to stop kids from messaging PDFs who are looking for their quote-unquote next victim. This isn't just some random parent. This is Kentucky Attorney General describing a $41 billion company that has turned child safety into an afterthought.
They're on the platform. There is very little to stop kids from messaging predators who are looking for their next victim.
Coleman's 68-page complaint reveals the horrifying reality of what children encounter on Roblox. Messaging threads soliciting children for actual lamuse material, user-created simulations of violent events, and adult-only scenarios that 6-year-olds can stumble into while they're just playing what they think is an innocent game.
This complaint offers exemplars of 6-year-olds playing the game, walking into rooms filled with cartoon characters having sex.
A Louisville mother of 3, Courtney Norris, drove to Frankfort to support the Attorney General's lawsuit. Her words should haunt every single parent.
I describe it as a fenced-in backyard for kids gaming. And that is the genius and the danger I found of Roblox.
Norris drove from Louisville to Frankfurt to stand with the Attorney General and says even the most involved parents can be blindsided by Roblox.
You know what else is terrifying? While we're talking about PDFs exploiting vulnerable people who can't protect themselves, there's another area where people are getting taken advantage of all the time: Medicare. If you're 65 or older, you know how many people are trying to exploit your situation or confuse you with complicated plans that benefit them instead of actually helping you. This is exactly why Chapter is different. Unlike these predators who exploit vulnerable children, Chapter connects you with trusted advisors who actually protect your interests, not the insurance companies. No exploitation. They won't manipulate you into expensive plans that make them more money. Just honest guidance to help you find the Medicare coverage that actually serves you. What makes Chapter trustworthy is they actually care about protecting you. Their advisors take the time to understand your specific situation, explain all your options clearly, and help you make the right choice. Whether you're new to Medicare or thinking about switching, they'll make sure you're protected, not exploited. If you want someone who actually protects you instead of trying to exploit you like these online PDFs, call 270-467-0614 or go to askchapter.org/Tyson. That's askchapter.org/Tyson. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. Get the honest help that actually protects you. Now back to the FBI's terrifying investigation. But Kentucky's lawsuit is just the tip of the iceberg. What parents don't know is that the FBI has investigating sophisticated PDF networks operating through gaming platforms for over a year. The FBI Baltimore office issued a warning about something called the 764 network, and what they revealed should make every parent's blood run cold.
According to the FBI, 764 is a network of nihilistic violent extremists. No Lives Matter is a mantra. They coerce children, some as young as 10, to do violent acts, either live online or with video posts.
The 764 network isn't just about actually malusing. They're violent extremists whose mantra is no lives matter. They coerce children as young as 10 to commit violent acts, either live, online, or throughout video posts. Their purpose is to create complete chaos and bring down society through the systematic destruction of children.
Purpose is to basically sow complete chaos and to bring down society. These members have a general hatred for society, the way society currently is.
Here's how they operate. Every parent needs to understand this process. They start by befriending children through popular multiplayer games such as Roblox and Minecraft. From there, they recruit them, they groom them, and then they have them move over to more encrypted messaging platforms like Discord and Telegram.
From there, they kind of recruit, groom them, and then have them move over to more of a encrypted messaging platform.
The FBI is currently investigating more than 300 cases related to this network, with dozens of cases in Maryland alone. Think about that. Over 300 active investigations into children being targeted through gaming platforms, and most parents have no idea what's happening. But this isn't just about online grooming. It leads to real-world violence. A family in Iowa is suing Roblox after their 13-year-old daughter was kidnapped across state lines and unfortunately violently abused. The case ended in Tennessee, and what happened should terrify every parent in America.
Family in Iowa says a stranger met their 13-year-old inside a Roblox chat room, moved the conversation off the platform, and lured the child across state lines. The teen was recovered in Jefferson County, Tennessee in May.
Martin Sandoval, a 37-year-old man, used Roblox chat system to begin grooming this 13-year-old girl. Over months, he purchased gifts, told her he was in love with her, and escalated to asking to engage in actual themed role-playing and sent explicit photos and videos. The lawsuit alleges that Sandoval kidnapped and repeatedly violently actually abused and raped the teen until she escaped. He's now being held on a $500,000 bond, charged with 4 counts of aggravated statutory rape. But here's what should outrage you if that wasn't enough. This could have been completely prevented if Roblox had basic safety measures in place. Safety advocates point out the most rooming often looks like friendship, gifts, and attention until it's not. The rooming process is designed to normalize inappropriate behavior, gradually making children feel quote-unquote special and loved before the abuse begins. Now let me explain exactly how the 764 network operates, because understanding their system is crucial to protecting your children. The FBI revealed that the 764 members maintain control through threats of actual or station and doxing. They gain status through coercion, mostly young girls, into doing the most extreme and degrading acts that they can think of. The acts they coerce children into include actual acts, carving members' names into their body, torturing pets, carrying out violent assaults, and even committing suicide. All of this is either done live online or with video posts that the network shares among their members. 764 members hold quote-unquote watch parties where they view this content together. They keep law books, a track record of their complete control over victims they call e-girls, which are essentially their online girlfriends. They advertise these victims to other members of the group on platforms like Discord and Telegram. Here's something that should terrify every parent. Certain individuals will start off as victims. They continue to be quote-unquote groomed as victims. Then they turn into associates or subjects of the group. The network turns victims into pre-PDFs, creating a self-sustaining cycle of abuse. The FBI is currently investigating more than 300 cases related to 764, and that's just what they know. The San Francisco FBI offices confirm that these victims are in the Bay Area and they're getting targeted, meaning this network operates nationwide. The FBI has arrested several prominent members over the past few years, including 28-year-old Henry Ayala from San Francisco Valley, charged with child pornography, and 47-year-old Richard DeSore of Michigan, sentenced to 30 years in prison for actually exploiting kids. But here's what should alarm every parent. The victims are young, but so are the PDFs. Several teen 764 members have been arrested, meaning children are both victims and pre-PDFs in this particular network. The cycle of abuse creates new abusers, expanding the network of exploitation. A mother whose daughter was targeted by 764 describes the terror. They wanted her to take her life, and she was absolutely absolutely terrified. The PDF sent her daughter a suicide manual and demanded she live stream her own.
They wanted her to take her life, and she was terrified.
The mother also asked that I replace her voice with a computer-generated one.
When confronted with these horrifying realities, how did Roblox respond? Their statement reveals everything wrong with big tech's approach to child safety. They said this lawsuit is not based on an in-depth investigation, instead based on sensational, outdated, and out-of-context information. We believe the plaintiff's attorney have misrepresented matters to seek financial gain. What? Think about that response. A 13-year-old girl was kidnapped and repeatedly raped after being groomed on your platform. And the FBI is investigating over 300 cases of children being targeted through gaming platforms. And Roblox's response is claimed that the information is sensationalized and quote-unquote outdated. Court records show that Roblox still relies on self-reporting birth dates for age verification. That means a 50-year-old PDF can claim to be 12 years old, and Roblox will take their word for it. There's no real verification, no meaningful oversight, and no accountability when children are harmed.
In a statement to News 2, Roblox says, "We are deeply troubled by any incident that endangers our users. At Roblox, safety is a top priority, and we are continually innovating new safety features."
Safety is a top priority. That's what they say while allowing children as young as 6 to create accounts without parental permission, while relying on self-reported ages, and while PDF networks use their platform to hunt children. The FBI has provided specific warning signs that parents must watch out for, because recognizing these signs could save your child's life. Look for quick changes in personality, signs of self-harm, questionable injury to pets, and children who become quote-unquote secretive about their online activity. The mother whose daughter was targeted by 764 reveals something that should terrify every parent.
And the swatting happened because she wouldn't kill one of our cats. So that was the same person who had been trying to get her to take her life.
And to live stream it.
764 members use swatting, calling in false reports to bring armed police to victims' homes as punishment when children refuse to comply with their demands. They also send suicide manuals to children to demand they live stream their own. The leads in these cases are coming from local law enforcement, victims, families, friends, teachers, guidance counselors, and religious leaders. This means the threat is so widespread that it's being detected by people throughout our communities. Kentucky isn't the only state taking action. Louisiana filed a similar lawsuit earlier this year, and Coleman says more states are likely to follow. This represents a coordinated legal response of what amounts to corporate negligence on a massive scale. But here's what should outrage every parent. Coleman's lawsuit also revealed that after violent events, sickening and disgusting so-called assassination simulators popped up on Roblox. They allowed children as young as 5 years old to access bloody images of shootings, bloody images that, like our kids can't unsee.
We also learned that after the gruesome assassination of Charlie Kirk, sickening so-called assassination simulators immediately popped up on Roblox. They allowed children as young as 5 to access bloody images of the shooting.
The lawsuit also connected roadblock extremist extortion groups that have extorted and threatened and conspired to kill children as young as 8 years old. This isn't about individual PDFs. This is an organized criminal network using gaming platforms to target children systematically.
Here's my message to parents. Get your kids off Roblox. Do it today.
The FBI's investigation to 764 represents the largest coordination response to online child exploitation in recent history. With more than 300 active cases across all 55 FBI field offices, this is being treated as a national security threat. But private investigator Becca Spinks, who's been researching 764 for years, warns that taking down the leaders is a really good first move.
Taking down the leaders was a really good first move, but it's far from over. We still have a long way to go to make sure that we're controlling this and make sure that nobody else steps up to the plate to lead the group.
I don't mean to be pessimistic, but at this point in time it feels like it's too big. It's just this disease that has spread throughout the world. Could be the kid next door in their bedroom, who is doing the most horrific things to another kid on the other side of the world, and the parents don't know.
America, the Roblox lawsuit, the FBI's 764 investigation, and the kidnapping case in Tennessee all point to the same horrifying reality. Our children are being systematically hunted by sophisticated criminal networks while big tech companies prioritize profit over children's safety. When a platform with 380 million users, where 2/3 of American children ages 9 to 12 play daily, allows 6-year-olds to create accounts without parental permission, relies on self-reported ages for verification, and provides direct messaging between children and adults, they're not running a gaming platform. They're operating a hunting ground for PDFs. The 764 network represents an evolution of online PDFs into organized terrorism. They're not just exploiting individual children. They're systematically destroying young lives to create chaos and bring down society. They turn victims into PDFs, creating a self-sustaining cycle of abuse that spreads like a virus through our communities. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman's message to parents was clear: get your kids off of Roblox. Do it today. But this goes beyond just one platform. Parents have to understand that any platform that allows direct communication between children and adults without meaningful oversight is potentially dangerous. The FBI is doing their job with over 300 active investigations, but they cannot protect every child. That responsibility falls onto the parents who must monitor their children's activity online, understanding the warning signs of grooming and making the hard decision to prioritize their children's safety over their entertainment. The companies that profit from putting children in danger will only change when they face real consequences. Kentucky and Louisiana are leading the way with lawsuits, but every state should follow their example. When corporate profits comes from enabling exploitation of children, it's time to shut down the business model. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.